All right, welcome back, everybody. Sarcasm Speaks. I'm Jared. He's Bob, and it feels like it's been a while. All we did was just wait an extra day. Record on a Saturday instead of a Friday night because my dumb ass got stuck in 2 hours of traffic coming home through Boston. That's why I hate Boston. That's why I despise doing anything in and around the city. Especially around, like normal work hours, because it's miserable. I left Medford, where actually, we happen to grow up. Allegedly. Let's see, probably around 4:30, and I got home here in North Attleboro. We'll call it roughly 6:30. I think it was like slightly after 6:30, but we'll call it 6:30. So 2 hours to go. I think it's like 38 miles, something like that.
Probably.
I spent 40 minutes just in the tunnel in Boston.
Yeah, I would have just lit my fucking car on fire.
Yeah, not ideal. And then I was telling you too, like everything started dying on the way back. So like I have this little like plug-in thing because I drive a work van. So it doesn't have Bluetooth in it. So I have this little adapter that I stick in that I can connect to Bluetooth and listen to podcasts. And that died. So then I just listened like on my phone, like turn the volume all the way up and just listen to it through the speaker on my phone. And then my phone died. And then the portable charger that I keep in the van, that died. So it was like
It's just a big middle finger to you.
Yeah, a big fuck you to me, and on top of having a 2 hour commute home, it was pretty wild. And then this is the best part was once I finally got home. You get off the exit at 295 over there.
Yep.
So I got off, and there was fucking ridiculous, like dead stop traffic again. I go, what the fuck on Route 1? So I can see further down by the lights where the mall is. And they're doing some sort of construction with like the light. They must be working on the lights or they're doing something right over there. So it's down to one lane. So I got off the exit ramp onto Route 1, dead stop. We are crawling. I get back on the highway 295 and then get off the next exit on Route 1 North, and then because you can come back this way. Like, that's the way you leave, right? When you go, you go out of here and take a left.
Yeah.
So I went that way to get here. Like, I literally got off the highway, got right back on the highway.
Going the other way.
Got the other way, and then came around that way. And I was like, this is absolutely wild. Like, it literally took me 2 hours to get back. So anyone that's out there like, oh, well, I don't know, COVID, COVID's still here. We have to be careful about COVID. No, we don't. It's gone. It's done. Everyone's back to work. Everyone's like, oh, well, people aren't going to go back to work at all. No, everyone's back to work. Everybody is back to work. There's no more working remotely, and maybe some people still are here and there, but...
Or it's more flexible now.
I can tell you yesterday at 4:30 on a Friday afternoon, taking me 2 hours to get home is just about what I would have expected 2 years ago.
Well, you also got to figure...
If you, because I was prepared to sit in traffic. Obviously, it's a Friday afternoon. You know what I mean? I knew it was going to take me a while. Typically, I can get home from Dorchester in Boston in 45 minutes. For anywhere between 45 and an hour and 15, depending on how bad traffic is. So I was expecting, hour and a half. So I knew it was going to take a while.
Yep.
But the 2 hours was like, holy shit. But if you had told me we're June, if you had told me in June of 2019 that I had to leave Medford at 4:30 on a Friday to come home, I'd be like, oh yeah, it's probably going to take me at least 2 hours.
Yep.
It's like a mindset thing where like for the last year and a half, there really hasn't been that much traffic. But in a normal world, if I leave north of Boston around 4:30 and I have to come home, that's at least 2 hours.
Yeah, you almost don't even bother at that point.
Yeah. What I used to do was I would go somewhere and sit at a bar or just go and like hang out somewhere. Like if anyone was around, like I would just go hang out. Like I'd go to hang out at my cousin's house or something. You know what I mean? I would just kill time and I would just leave at like, 6:30 and be home by 7:30. So I'm home
45 minutes earlier,
Yeah.
leaving 2 hours later.
Yeah, it's just wild. So now I know the world I can confirm via traffic in Boston, the world is back. There's no more of this corona bullshit.
Well, the big thing too now is everybody is looking for every opportunity to do whatever.
Yeah.
And 95 South is a very, very nice opportunity for everybody to do that. It's
Right.
the way to Rhode Island. It's the way to your highways that go to like parts unknown, Dartmouth, whatever.
Yeah. It's what you have to take to get to 495 if
Yeah.
you want to go down to like Wareham, like all that area.
Or actually,
To the
that
Cape.
would be
You
more
could
like
go the-
93 because
you
you would go
could go-
93, 24, which is also packed.
Yep.
495 the rest of the way. That's the way my parents go.
Yeah. Because I would say anybody that lives, I don't know, outside of, I would say around the 95 belt or outside, probably takes 495 to get to the Cape. Because, like, if someone lived in, like, Norwood, you would have to go up 95, like, over to 93, and then either go 24
No,
or
you
Route
would
3.
take-
You know what I mean?
Someone
so that's
from
what
Norwood
I mean.
would take 95
That's
to 495.
That's what I was saying. So if you live in that area, like in and around the 95 belt, you're just taking 495. You're taking 95 south to 495, and you're going all the way to the Cape that way. You're not going to fuck around with Route 3.
No. Route 3 is the worst.
Yeah.
Route 3 sucked before.
Yeah. But like if we were leaving from Medford to go to the Cape, we'd probably
Route 3.
take Route 3.
That's why you leave at 8:30 at night.
Yeah. Because Route 3 is the worst fucking highway
Yeah, but
ever.
everyone's trying to find every excuse to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
Well, you have an opening thought. I have an opening thought.
All right.
It's good to know that after everything the last year has been, everything we fucking went through, wouldn't you know it, I get the common cold
Yep.
in June.
Yeah. There you go.
After all that shit was going to kill me.
Yep.
And that was going to get me.
Yep.
And this is really bad.
Watch out for COVID.
Lo and behold, June.
Yeah.
Common cold.
Yeah.
So that does a couple things for me. One, annoying.
Yeah.
Two, gives me the uncertainty of how to actually navigate this situation.
Yeah.
Because on one end, it's just a cold.
Right.
There's no... Listen, like, I'm a fucking nutcase. So the other thing is, like, Chris is out. So
Right.
I have to work.
Right.
It's either I have to work or we have to cancel.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, well, let me do my due diligence, make sure I'm going to make the right decision by going in.
Yeah.
I'm like, what does the CDC website say the difference is? Like, what are the differences?
There like isn't.
No, so there's actually, so I looked. There are slight differences for the cold, for allergies. The flu and COVID are the exact same. There are no differences between symptoms of COVID and symptoms of the flu.
Yeah.
So that's the CDC website. That's not my opinion. I'm not saying it's the flu. I don't fucking care.
Right. Right.
But I'm like, well, if I'm going to go into work, let me make sure I'm making the right fucking call.
Yeah.
I have no fever, no headaches, no body aches. I am sneezing. Apparently, you don't sneeze with COVID. I don't know. That's a fun fact.
All right.
So
Cool.
if you're sneezing, you're good.
Yeah.
I was going to get COVID tested, but I sneezed, so it's
Yeah.
no
No,
issue.
I'm all set. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm good. I can work. I'll still keep my distance so that all of a sudden not everyone has a fucking cold.
Right.
But whatever. And then I'm like thinking, I'm like, fuck. This is an interesting scenario now because I texted you yesterday. I go, hey, I know you don't care, but I know you live with Amy's mom. You know, I do have a cold. That's what I'm dealing with right now.
Yeah.
Do you still want me to come by?
Yeah.
And then Michaela's cousin has or second cousin or some shit, graduation party today.
Yeah.
And I texted her yesterday. I go, hey, I'm fighting a cold. I don't want to go because I don't know how people are going to respond.
Right.
I don't know how people are going to react.
Something like that in a large group of people, there's
I guarantee
higher-
that someone's going to have a problem.
Exactly. When you're looking at, like, as a graduation party, you're looking at minimum, 20, 25 people.
Yeah, I don't know. I genuinely don't know how many people are going to be there. But
Like a group,
let's say
a group of that size.
definitely not less than 15, but I wouldn't expect 50 either.
Correct. Yeah. But like anytime you have like a group bigger than like 10, your chances of having someone that's going to be bitchy about it is pretty significant.
Right.
So it's like, yeah.
So I just said, I'm not cool going there, knowing that I'm going to, because it was, so on Wednesday, again, so I don't know why the fuck I'm doing a timeline of this fucking cold.
It's the world we live in.
So
now.
because it was 90 degrees Tuesday, Wednesday,
Yeah.
I genuinely thought I just fucking fried myself.
Yeah.
That's really what I thought I did.
Yeah.
Because like even my attempts to get rehydrated just like weren't fucking working. So that's what I thought it was.
Drink like 2 gallons of water with liquid IV and you're still pissing brown.
Like I was drinking like yeah, like my stomach was a wreck. I was like super tired,
yeah.
fucking itchy, like
Yeah.
I was a mess. And then whatever, and then what was it, yesterday? And that was Wednesday. Thursday, I didn't think much of it. I go, oh, okay, I'm still coming back from the fucking thing.
Right.
Then like midday yesterday, I go, nope, I'm fighting a cold. Like,
Yeah.
there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's what it is. So
Right.
I'm just like, but man, what a fucking world.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny too, though, because I haven't heard many people get sick, like regular
Just
sick.
wait. Yeah. Nope. Enter jackass number 1.
Yeah, there you go.
Enter fucking idiot.
To be fair, though, we both got sick pretty bad in June of 2019. Because I remember
we had the same conversation.
We were doing this show, so it was a world pre-COVID, and we were both bitching like, "Who the fuck gets sick in June?" But we both got sick. Like I think you were down and out pretty bad. I don't think I got it as bad as you, but because I remember at one point I came home from doing something,
sleeping.
and you were just like dead asleep on the couch.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing too. Is it's like it's always around a time where I'm not taking good care of myself.
Yeah,
because whether it's too much caffeine, too much heat, not sleeping, like add all of it together.
yeah.
And it's also like a shock to the system because it was 48 a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
We had
yeah.
90, 48, 90.
Yep. Yeah.
And then this
we talked about that.
This week alone, we had like 95 and 48 weather.
Yeah.
So that could be why it happens in June, but I just love it because it's like there's been winters where I just don't get sick. And the weather gets nice and it's like, hey, here's a cold.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know, I saw some bullshit about like fucking summer colds are different than winter colds and how they act. I'm like, you have got to be fucking kidding
I've
me.
heard bullshit about that too. It has to do
enteroviruses and
it has to do with
not
like
intro.
the air.
I don't
Because like the air density and like how things travel and they spread like through the air, and it's like because there's more humidity in the summertime. There's all this dumb shit, and it's like I don't fucking care,
all the
man.
same
Like
shit.
you either get sick or you're not. Like people are, as long as there's been people, they've been getting sick.
Yep.
And we're past coronavirus now.
Yep.
And for the next however many million years before we either blow ourselves up or get hit by a comet or get taken over by aliens,
Please.
we will get sick again, continually. Like there has never not been a period of time where people don't get sick. It is what it is. Like we just get sick. It's like which really if you stop and think makes this last year and a half even more asinine. That like we have been getting sick since we existed.
Yeah. It used to just kill you though.
Yeah.
Fucking wish it would.
And it's like this isn't that bad. Less than 1% of people that get it die.
I'm not even doing this. I'm not even doing
Yeah.
this. I just wanted to poke fun at how much of a fucking cunt I am.
Yeah. Well, that's true. That's a given.
Yeah. It's just another example, just so that we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Because like someone might be thinking, he always says he's a cunt, but like
I don't know.
I don't see it.
He's probably a good guy.
Yeah, I mean, I pay my bills on time, but other than that, it's like huge bitch over here.
Yeah. Yeah, but I do remember that. And then 3 years ago in 2018, I think. Maybe, I don't know. I forget, but I know it was in June. Could have been 2017. Was when I got tonsillitis. Do you remember that? Like, I walked into the fucking urgent care and the nurse like ran to go get the doctor. She was like, "Oh my God," and then just left the room. And I was like, "What the fuck? Like, am I dying? Like, what's going on?" When the doctor comes in, she goes, "Oh my God." And I go, "Are you people going to tell me what's going on?" And the doctor goes, "Oh, this is just the worst case of tonsillitis I've ever seen in person." And I was like, "All right, cool. So were you going to fix this? Or like, what? Are you guys just going to like take pictures and put me in a textbook or something? Like, what do I get residuals for that?"
Yeah, what are the royalties for my tonsils on a textbook chapter?
Yeah. So, but that was also in June because it was when I did, must have been 2017 because it was when I did my original like camping and hiking certification. Because I had it during that weekend and I just tried to like push I thought I had a regular cold.
Yeah.
And like I just kept getting worse and worse every day until finally on that Sunday when I left, I literally drove straight to urgent care because it was that bad.
Dude, let's check my tonsils.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't even know. Do I have tonsils? I think I do. I don't remember getting them out.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like you would probably remember that.
Yeah, I definitely didn't get them out.
You would be in the hospital for a couple days.
You want to rip my tonsils out?
Yeah. All right. I'm down.
We'll just shut the door on them.
How hard can it be?
Or like we'll tie a string around them and we'll shut the door.
Yeah, we got a reciprocal saw. I mean, just get a really small blade.
No. See, because you gotta like cut through it. I'm telling you, the door. We'll wrap it around with like some floss. Just shut the door.
Just like an old tooth.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing. It's mouth.
Yeah, whatever. It all works the same.
Yeah.
Right? So speaking of the heat that we've had, we got some insight into what's going on south of the border here. So thankfully, we had the wonderful Vice President Kamala Harris took her first trip to South America. She went to Guatemala, talked to all these people. El Salvador, Guatemala, I don't know, one of those places. I guess technically those are both Central America too, but whatever. She went somewhere south, and my personal favorite thing is people were posting pictures of like in El Salvador or Guatemala, wherever. People were holding up Trump signs like as she landed, and I was like, wow, that's pretty hilarious. Even in like Latin America, like they're like, let's go Trump. Like I just thought that was funny.
Must be Trumpers.
Yeah. So then she gives this press conference talking about, I think it was Guatemala, because that's where most of the people are coming from that are trying to cross the border in Mexico. So she comes out and she does her whole spiel, and then she's like, "Don't come across the border. Don't come. You will be turned around," which turned into another meme, which might be one of my favorite fucking memes, like literally in the history of the internet. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's a video mashed together of Kamala like with her finger pointing and goes, "Don't come," and then it like loops and it goes, "Don't come," and then it cuts to Donald Trump. And he goes, "I'm gonna come." I'm gonna come. And I'm like, oh, I laughed for probably like 4 minutes. Like just the way it was done the first time I saw it. And I was like, that's fucking hilarious. So she does the whole thing, whatever. The main point here is that someone goes, well, can you speak a little bit more on this illegal immigrant thing and like people like leaving to come up, whatever, like what's going on? I don't know if someone asked like, what do you think is causing it? But she gave the answer as to what is causing it. And thank Christ, we have her to lead this country, because her brilliance shone right through on this. Because do you know what's causing illegal immigration through Latin America, through Mexico into the Texas border?
Yeah, what everyone's thinking. Climate change.
Yeah, it's climate change. Yep.
That's what everyone's thinking. It's definitely not poverty.
Yeah, no, it's climate
definitely
change.
Not crime, war.
Yep. So the reason why there is a terrible illegal immigrant problem is because of climate change.
Yep. Al Gore tried to tell us, dude.
Yeah.
He tried to tell us. Man Bear Pig was a metaphor for an illegal immigrant.
Yeah. Yeah. Climate change. It's hot.
So people want to leave.
They want to go north to Texas where
It's so cold.
Where it's 110. But it's a dry heat.
It's a dry heat in Texas.
It's not a dry heat in Central America. They got jungles there.
Oh yeah, they got a nice wet heat.
Like, are you fucking kidding me? It's definitely not, like you said, because they're poor. They have no money, right? It's definitely not because, governments are corrupt and there's no infrastructure and there's no reason for them to keep them there. And definitely not because gangs control the entire area. Definitely not because, MS-13 runs Central America between El Salvador and Guatemala.
That can't be true.
No, it's definitely not that. It's definitely not safety. Let's see. It's definitely not fucking literally anything that you want to pick. Like, spin the wheel. Like,
Zika was a problem at one point.
yeah, no, it's because it's hot. It's because it's hot. They want.
So that's why they're going to Arizona and Texas.
Yeah.
Where it has to be equally as hot.
Yeah. Yep. It's hot. They're risking their lives, like crossing at night through like rivers. Like, people are drowning in rivers. Families are getting separated. Like, children are getting across and parents are being left behind and all this shit because it's hot. Yeah.
Obviously, dude.
Yeah. Yep.
And if we get rid of, or if we fix the climate problem,
They'll all just stay.
they'll all just stay where they are.
Yeah. Because if the climate gets better for them, then magically their economy will follow. Like, everyone knows that. It's economics 101. You learn that in your entry level econ class in college. That if the weather is nice, the economy is good. Like, I mean, everyone knows that. Look at Aruba, right? It's just simple economics there. You definitely don't need to encourage businesses or infrastructure at all. Nope, you just need weather. Just need weather. Like,
Trying to think, I'm actually trying to look up where are the hottest places on Earth.
so it would definitely be like places around the equator.
Well, Death Valley is one,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to find like how hot it gets.
I would imagine
130. It's been up to 134.
yeah, I would imagine somewhere along maybe like the Sahara Desert or the Gobi Desert.
So Death Valley has hit 134. Australia has hit 123. Tunisia hit 131. Kuwait hit 129. Pakistan hit 129. Argentina hit 120. Israel hit 129. Athens hit 119. Iran. No fucking way. That cannot be right. I'm not trusting Iran. It hit 160 in 2005.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Although, why not?
Yeah.
It's fucking Iran. It's just sand.
Yeah. And oil.
Someplace in China, 150. Dude, that's hot. But those are mostly desert places, so they gotta be dry heats. They probably feel like only like 100.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet you 160 in Iran's only like, it only feels like 105.
Yeah. Oh, imagine if it was like 103 here, wet heat.
Oh God. That'd be like 200 in Iran. So yeah, that's they're blaming the weather on illegal immigration because now they're all like, she also said that they were hit with hurricanes too that destroyed a lot of stuff, which is funny too because you know who else gets hit with a lot of hurricanes?
The South.
The United States.
Yeah, they usually don't leave to go to Canada.
Yeah, Do you know what we usually do?
Rebuild.
We rebuild because we have money and infrastructure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gangs aren't rebuilding.
I don't think the gangs are rebuilding all the infrastructure down there. Seems like they're not into it. Which, you know what? This reminds me. This is like the one thing about El Chapo that, like, say what you want. He was a cartel, like, drug lord, whatever, like, leader. He actually did a lot of good for, like, the economy in Colombia. Like he spent a lot of money to like rebuild roads and shit, and like he gave money to like local businesses and stuff, albeit so that people would like him and not turn him into like Interpol.
Yeah.
But still, like, I don't know, what's MS-13 doing for fucking the roads in Honduras?
I'll ask one of them next time I see them.
Yeah. But it's like, how stupid. Well, we know how stupid people are. 92 and a half. Is that what we're
Just
at?
make it 94.
Yeah, 94% of all people are fucking stupid. But like, how dumb do you really have to be to hear that and be like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
obviously it's hot.
Obviously, it's climate change.
Yeah.
That's causing these people to leave where they are.
Well, that's why all the Africans leave Africa to go to Italy, because it's too hot in Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yep.
all just leave because it's warm.
Yeah. That's why everyone leaves Texas and Arizona too, in Florida, right?
To come north.
Yeah, everyone leaves. Everyone is just evacuating. In Southern California, you know,
Yeah, no
it's
one
always
lives
hot there. People hate it there. People hate it in Arizona too, right?
Yep.
No, there's like 4 people that live in Arizona because it's hot all the time.
Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah, they're all up in Montana. What the fuck?
Yeah, you know where it's nice and cool? Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Guy should move there.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You don't want to live in Texas. You should live in Massachusetts. We have seasons.
Yeah, we
here.
have seasons here.
Yeah.
I bet you Wisconsin has seasons too.
I bet you they do.
Plus, they got cheese
Yeah. And beer.
and beer, brats.
Yep. Oh, man.
Imagine that if Wisconsin like ended up with like some kind of fucking immigration problem. we don't know why, but all these Central and South American people are coming up here.
Yeah.
We have no idea
No
why.
idea why. We're about to get it on both sides, though, because Canada's been in such a lockdown. The Canadians are itching to fucking leave.
They don't like us though.
Yeah. Well,
They'll go back the second they can.
they don't like Metropolis America. I feel like they get along fine in like Wisconsin and Michigan and Minnesota. They're like the same fucking people. You know what I mean?
They should be.
Like they're essentially Canada.
basically.
Yeah. Like
I don't know. Yeah, it's funny though.
like the Great Lakes region is pretty much Canada.
Yeah,
Like
but
they sound like Canadians.
But Americans are so stupid, and
Yeah.
America sucks. That's why they live in Canada.
Because I always
I
thought that
thought.
was funny because people in like New York and Maine, like upstate New York and Maine and Vermont, they don't talk like Canadians. But Wisconsin, Minnesota, Michigan, like the Great Lakes region does. Fuck it, give them to Canada.
Well, north of... Obviously, Toronto is directly north of New York.
Right.
I feel like Toronto is so urban that it's a little bit less Canadian.
Yeah.
But north of like Maine and Vermont, that's Montreal. That's French territory.
Ah, yeah. Goddamn
So-
Frenchies.
Yeah, fucking frogs. So when you get to that center of it, then you're getting really Canada. Because Toronto, I've never been. You've been.
Yeah.
It cannot be that different than a major American city.
No, it's not.
It cannot be.
It literally is Chicago, but it's like very clean.
So it's like you got the east side of parts that people will actually go to is French. And as you start to move west, it's Toronto, which is pretty urban.
Yeah. I've never been to Ottawa because Ottawa's
Yeah,
kind of centrally.
but Ottawa's in Alberta, isn't it?
No, Edmonton is.
Okay,
As if
Ottawa
Alberta only has one city.
and Calgary's in Alberta too.
Yes.
Where's Ottawa? Ottawa's not in Ontario, is it?
Yeah, it is. Ottawa's more central though. So like Toronto is literally like across the river from Buffalo.
Right.
Ottawa is more probably in line with like Ohio.
I'm going to try to pull it up on a map.
Yeah.
Get a map going.
Yeah. Just Google where is Ottawa. It'll just come back and be like, Canada, you dumb fuck. Yeah, because Vancouver is in BC.
Oh, you know what? Ottawa appears to be right down the street from Montreal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's west. I mean, east. It's east.
More east.
Toronto is west.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like Toronto's here.
Oh, shit.
It's like very close to Montreal.
Yeah, yeah. All right, well then. But it is Ontario, though, right?
Yeah, it is Ontario.
Yeah. It ain't Quebec.
Nope.
Nobody likes Quebec.
No one does.
I hate Quebec.
Fuck that noise.
Do you see them? They're recording 2 seasons right now of Letterkenny.
I was watching Letterkenny yesterday. It's so good.
It is a fucking great show.
So good.
Very underrated. Let's see what the fuck else is. Oh, this is one of my personal favorites, and I think you will enjoy this as well, and hopefully our listeners will enjoy it too. So in Southern California, I think it's Southern California, there was a nun from the St. James School who was convicted and pled guilty to stealing over $835,000 from her school. Do you want to guess what the money was for?
None.
Now, this is a nun. Keep in mind.
Heroin.
No. That would have been awesome, though. And despite it being through the Catholic Church, it also does not have to do with child trafficking, thank God. Because, that we all know there's a great track record there. No, the $835,000 that she stole from her school over the last 20 years was to help finance her gambling habits.
Yes. Let's go. That's awesome.
Yeah. So a now retired nun will plead guilty to wire fraud and money laundering charges for stealing more than $835,000 for gambling and other personal expenses from the Southern California school that she ran, says federal prosecutors. Sister Mary Margaret Kruper, a 79-year-old Los Angeles resident, violated her vow of poverty during a 10-year period. Oh, you don't say, huh? Almost $1 million.
She must have been so bad at betting.
In which she pocketed tuition money, fees, and charitable donations intended for St. James Catholic Church in Torrance, California. She was principal there for nearly 3 decades.
She must have. You know what? She must have been a square better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Had to have been a complete square.
Yeah. Imagine
steam chaser.
Imagine someone in that area though is like, yo, you talked to Sister Mary lately? No, why? Imagine she was running a book. You're like, check out her lines. Oh, I really like. What do we like on this Clippers game tonight? I don't know. You got to call Sister Mary. See where she is. She's like the bartender for chicken dinner.
You got to go
It's like, yo, Sister Mary, what are you betting on? All right, well, we're just going to fade her.
Yeah. Got to go to confession to get the picks.
Yeah. There's a secret line you have to say during confession to get her to tell you the picks.
All right. Your penance is 1 Hail Mary and the Nets -5.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm real hot on the Spurs tonight. Take the Spurs plus 6.5. Of all the things
I was not expecting you to say gambling.
that a nun could steal almost $1 million worth of just tuition and whatever, She steals it to fund her gambling, which she probably didn't use my bookie either. So you guys want to use my bookie. So make sure you go to mybookie.com, use our promo code SarcasmPod, and that will get you a 50% match on your first deposit up to $1,000. They might be bringing the summertime promo back where it's a 100% match. The double your deposit
And a $20 free play. They need to get back to that.
Yeah, I know. That was nice.
I got some free play schmeckles in there.
Yeah?
I haven't used them.
I keep getting hit up with all this like random shit, and it's like there was one of them. I forget which one it was. One of the books I used was like, oh, here's a $20 free play when you bet on the Floyd Mayweather, or you bet $20 on the Floyd Mayweather Logan Paul fight, and we'll give you a $20 free play after. And I was like, oh, that's dumb. Why don't I just put $20 on something else then? Because the whole shtick behind the Mayweather Paul fight was it was an exhibition. There was no announced winner. So anybody that just like bet money on a winner in that is fucking stupid.
So I did look into it because I was gonna try to hit a prop, and I just didn't bet anything.
So props, fine.
I was gonna bet that he would wear a hat to the ring. I'm pretty sure he did, and I didn't bet it. But yeah, it was like the way that they were gonna grade it was the winner is decided by KO, TKO, or DQ.
Yep.
Or if there's like a poll, or if someone declares him the winner, then we'll use that. Like if it's like him declared, and it's like what?
Yeah, that's dumb because there were no judges.
Right. I don't know.
Yeah, I just thought it was almost like an IQ test to me.
No, because you could have.
Because you could have bet on other stuff.
You actually could have made a shitload of money off it.
You could have bet on... Now, if you had bet on a KO, that's different. But if you bet on like a decision win...
No, you couldn't bet decision because there was no decision.
Okay. Because I didn't even look because
I looked.
I thought it was so stupid.
Well,
anyway.
I looked because I wondered how would they grade it.
Yeah.
And that's why it was goofy, because it was like if there's some kind of like official like determination, and it's like what does that even mean?
Yeah. It doesn't make sense. So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, Sister Mary Margaret Kruper, 79-year-old lady. That's another thing too. What kind of fucking jail is she gonna go to? She's 79 years old.
I don't know, but we should put her in the Sarcasm Speaks Hall of Fame.
Yeah. She'll be the very first inductee.
The first class,
first ballot.
Yeah.
First class,
so the first class, like right off the cuff.
Unanimous.
It's her. It's Todd.
Well, I don't know. Babe Ruth wasn't unanimous, so I don't think she could be either.
So we're putting Sister Mary in. We're putting Todd. Todd's definitely going in.
Yep.
Jimmy from Tampa.
Yep.
Monster Chris? Does Monster Chris go in?
I think Monster Chris can go in.
He's the only person to literally pass out during the show.
Yep. After drinking 4 monsters.
Yeah. A lot of caffeine.
That's so much caffeine.
And then...
So is that 4?
That was 4. I mean, the class could also be 4.
Yeah. I feel like 4 is a good number.
Do we need someone in like the builders category?
We can have a fan vote. We'll do a fan submission. So message us at Sarcasm Speaks Pod.
We could put a question up, right?
Yeah. On Instagram. Who should be inducted into the... Who's the fan vote for the Sarcasm Speaks Hall of Fame? Because they do that with... They do that with baseball, right? They do a fan vote, or no, they vote fan votes on
like all-star
everybody. The NBA, I think, does it. There's a fan vote. You know, like one person goes because they're voted by the fans.
Yeah,
I think that's basketball. Because the MLB, the entire roster is voted by the fans. Yeah. So we got Sister Mary Margaret. We got Todd.
Jimmy from Tampa.
Jimmy from Tampa. He's still around. He's
Good for him, dude.
yeah, they're still together. And who was the fourth one? What did we say? Oh, Monster Chris.
Yeah.
That's pretty solid. That's a great fucking Mount Rushmore.
I'll tell you one thing though. I do not know how to use fucking Instagram. Holy shit.
So
I don't know how to use stories.
Ah.
Oh wait, I'm on create. I need happy birthday. I don't give a fuck about your birthday.
Whose fucking birthday is it?
No, it's like a template.
Oh.
Nah, so you're not gonna ask me a question.
The fan write-in. The inaugural Sarcasm Speaks Hall of Fame. I feel like this is a good one for Nick, because Nick's actually listened to like every episode. And more recently than they've actually been released on. Is that proper English? I don't know. I don't care.
I'm putting it up right now.
All right. Sick. All right. So I've got one more thing before we wrap this shit up here. Unless you want to
No,
you got
you
something
go
else?
ahead.
All right. I hate the stupid fucking take, the sports take of the tie game when someone says, "Oh, well now it's 0-0." Like, no, it's not actually. The entire game has been playing and they're just tied currently. Like, I hate that phrase where, it's back to 0-0. Like, no, you're a fucking moron. Because what if it's like 7-7? Like, what if it's a baseball game and it's 7-7 in the fourth inning?
Dude, it's 0-0.
Like, oh no, we're back to 0-0. We're all tied up. It's like, no. There have been 14 fucking runs scored in this game so far. It is very far from 0-0. Like, and it's the fifth inning. Like, we still have 4 more innings to go. Like, the final score is going to be like 12-9.
It's 0-0.
Like, it started watching the fucking Bruins. Because at one point, I forget what game it was, but it was they tied it back. One of the teams tied it back up at 2-2, and I think it was one of the announcers or somebody somewhere. Maybe it was on Twitter. I don't know, but I saw it or heard it, and I wrote it down because it fucking makes me mad. And they're like, someone was like, "Oh yeah, 2-2. It's just like 0-0." No, it's not. It's not. You've been playing an entire game. If you watch sports, you recognize that there's a flow to a game. Like, you can watch. I forget what game it was. Maybe it was game 4. It was either game 4 or game 5 in the Bruins Islanders series, where the Bruins went up. They went up like 1-0 or 2-0. Or 2-1, I don't know. They were up, but I was watching it and I was like, they're gonna lose this game because
it was 0-0.
So yeah. So, but you have to. That's the thing about sports is you can tell. You pretty much know who's gonna win. So there was something. It was I forget what game it was, but me, you, and Jones have a text group, and there was a period where the Bruins had a power play, and then they went 2 men up. So there was a 5-on-3 for like 22 seconds, and then they had the back end of a power play. So it was essentially back-to-back power plays with that like 22 seconds in the middle of a 5-on-3. Well, the Islanders got through the first bit. They got through the 22 seconds of 5-on-3, and the Bruins ended up scoring on the second of the back-to-back power plays. And I texted you two, and I said, if they didn't come away with 1 goal during that stretch, I was 100% certain they would not win that game. And it's it's sports. Like, you watch the game, and it doesn't necessarily really matter what the fucking scoreboard says, because you can tell who's going to win just by watching the flow of the game. And in that particular Bruins game, the Islanders were fucking just beating the shit out of them. They were skating faster. They were hitting harder. They were putting pucks on net. Like, it was, the Bruins couldn't make a fucking a clean pass to save their fucking lives. Everything was getting intercepted. Shots were getting blocked. But they were up. They were up like 1-0. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, look, Bruins are winning. And I'm sitting there like, no, they're going to fucking lose this game. And then it ended up being tied. And they were like, oh, it's 0-0. No, the Islanders are going to win this game. And wouldn't you know, they did win the game. So,
Did you hit them live?
yeah. I made a lot of money on that Bruins series.
I did too.
I took the Islanders, I think, in every game.
I had the Islanders for the series.
No, that's not true. I took the Islanders in of 3 of the 6 games, and I hit 2. I hit 2 of them. I took the over 5 every single time it was a 5.
I think it was 5 out of the 6 games was a total of 5 and only missed once.
Yeah, and 4. So I went 4-1 on the total, because every time it was 5, I took the over. So I hit 4 out of the 5 there. I hit 2 out of the 3 on the Islanders, and then
Game 6 you crushed. I saw that.
Game 6, I took the Islanders money line, which was plus 210.
No, not their money line. Oh yeah, their money.
Yeah,
maybe
no, plus 190.
Yeah,
and then prior, I had taken
the puck line.
Well, no. Prior to the series, I sent this in the Snapchat group.
I took it.
That the series price for the Islanders was like plus 210. That's what it was, and I was like, okay, like, hey, just throwing it out there, guys. Like, Islanders are plus 210 to win the series. And this was right after the Bruins had beat Washington. And
there's no reason that should have ever been 220.
And I hit that too.
Yeah, I hit that.
So it's like I made a lot of money off the fucking Islanders, because I was sitting here the whole time. We know how it's going to go every year. Every fucking year we know how it's going to go. And you know what's funny is I had zero faith going into this series anyway with the Islanders, because if you rewind back to like January, February,
when the Islanders single-handedly kicked the ever-living shit out of the Bruins every time they played,
everyone forgot that. Like, everyone just forgot that this year the Islanders were the Capitals of old. Like, they
won the first 5 meetings.
Yeah, if you're a Bruins fan, you know, outside of this season. And maybe a little bit of last season, because last season was goofy anyway, because it ended in the bubble. But outside of the last 2 years, the Bruins could not beat the Washington Capitals. If they played 12 times a season, the Capitals won 10. Like, they just, for whatever reason, and it's with different people on the rosters, it was just, they just couldn't beat them. And if you watch the Bruins this season during the regular season, that was the Islanders. Yeah, what did you say? They beat them how many times?
The Islanders won the first 5 meetings that they played.
Yeah, and I think they ended up winning 7 out of 12 or 8 out of 12.
So they played 8 times before the playoffs.
Okay.
The Islanders won the first 5, but twice was probably in a shootout.
Yeah.
So they didn't. So I think the Islanders went like 5-2-1.
Yeah.
And the Bruins read a lot better because they weren't.
Right.
So they would have gone 2-3-3 or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it doesn't look bad.
Right.
But look at the other record.
Yeah. And I'm also on record, like 3 weeks ago before the series started on this show, I said the Bruins would lose to the Islanders in 6. Well, and that's what they did.
The other thing, too, is people are forgetting that the Islanders did go to the conference finals last year.
Yeah.
And they got better this year.
Yes.
So that's the thing is, like, I looked at it, I go, 220 is the wrong number. And yeah. I very rarely do that because I really don't know enough about gambling to make calls like that.
Yeah.
I was pretty confident in that. 220 was the wrong fucking number.
Yeah. 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 So thanks to the Bruins, I made a lot of thanks to my knowledge of how the Bruins operate. I made a lot of money on this fucking series.
Oh,
I mean,
you can't make decisions based on history. It's a different year this year.
Yeah,
you have to go off the metrics.
Yeah. Yeah, but on paper, the Bruins are nasty. Oh, they have the perfection line.
Yeah, but they beat the Capitals.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
beat the Capitals in 5.
Yeah. Oh, dude, the Bruins are so good.
Every fucking year.
Every year. They cannot get out of the second round. So, hey, whatever. All I can say is I told you so. I mean, am I mad that they lost? Yeah, obviously I wanted them to win, but like,
I mean, if they're going to lose anyway, might as well make some money off it.
that's exactly how I look at it. And I go, they're going to fucking lose anyway. They might as well make me some money. So
They gotta pay me to win.
yeah.
That's how I handled Brady. Brady won me a bunch of money this year.
Yeah.
I go, if Tom Brady's gonna win another Super Bowl, he's gotta pay me for it.
Yeah.
So thanks, Tom.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Tom.
I took their money line every game.
Yeah. And it worked out. They went, what, 11-5?
I didn't take them during the season. I took them playoffs.
During the playoffs?
Playoffs.
Yeah. Well, they went 5-0 in the playoffs. Or 4-0.
Yeah, no, they 4-0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they weren't a wild card, right?
No, they were a wild
they were,
card.
yeah, 4-0.
Because the Saints won the division.
Yeah.
So they had to play the wild card game. Did they play? I think they played the football team.
They did. Yeah. Yeah. And then they played.
That money line didn't pay anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Then,
So you know what? I might not have taken that one.
Who did they play in the conference?
The Packers.
That was Green Bay. I wasn't sure if Green Bay was the second or the third round.
And I think they shit stomped the Saints, right, on the Nickelodeon game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I took their
divisional.
money line on the Saints, the Packers, and the Super Bowl because they were dogs in all of them.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tom.
Same thing. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, we all know how this is going to go. So you can take your stats and fucking shove them up your ass.
Can't use history though.
Yeah.
You gotta go off of what's happening right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. And that's the downside of sports betting is that you kind of like everyone could be leaning one way. Like everyone, like the Bruins were, I don't think there was a game where the Bruins were like less than minus 130 in that series.
Which doesn't. So obviously, knowing the result, it's easy to say this, but even going into the games, that's wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
That needs to be a lot closer.
Right. Right.
Unless Vegas is making the lines to make you think the Bruins are going to win the games and win the series.
Right.
You think the Islanders don't have a chance, and it's like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got you again.
Like I said, it's one of those where like if you watch the games and you're a real sports fan and you pay attention to the flow, like the flow of the game, you know exactly who's going to win the game. Like in hockey, you outside of like a soft goal or like a fluke here or there or like a redirect, because that also happens and shit does happen like that. But like more often than not, like if you watch the first 2 periods, like you know who's going to win. Like if it's a 1-1 game or if it's a 2-2 game or God forbid it's a 0-0 game, you can go into the third and be like, yeah, this is the Islanders' game to lose. You know,
When's this coming out?
Monday,
The 13th? No.
the 14th.
Fuck.
Today's the 12th.
They're going to miss. I was going to say, because right now you could take the Islanders plus 230 and the Canadians plus 395. I just don't know if both favorites get through.
Yeah,
There's no reason they shouldn't,
right.
but that's not how gambling works.
Yeah,
Those are some disgusting numbers, though.
who ended up winning the Vegas series?
Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas is minus 540 to win that series.
Did they win in 6 or did it go 7?
6.
6. I knew that they were up 3-2. And admittedly, I haven't watched any other playoff hockey, which is weird because normal like playoff hockey is my favorite fucking thing. Like I'll sit down and watch like a Colorado Las Vegas hockey game just because like I love hockey and playoff hockey, but I haven't really caught too many other games so far this season. But all right, let's wrap this bitch up.
Let me just consult my document.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember. I got a history lesson on the putting green
Nice.
last weekend. And this guy tried to tell me that the reason there's so many right-handed golfers goes back to hockey. And it's because there's so many right-handed hockey players. Because they just figured, hey, you're right-handed. Here's a right-handed stick. You play hockey right-handed.
Yeah.
So because everyone, grew up playing those sports righty, they take the same logic to golf. Like, oh, I'm right-handed, so I'll play right-handed golf. So thanks for the unsolicited history lesson.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah.
Who I don't even know who this guy is. So this was at my club too, so I don't even know who the fucking guy is.
Yeah.
This is why this guy is an asshole. Number one, I don't care. I don't care why I'm a lefty.
Yeah.
Or why I'm a righty. Because I'm right-handed.
Yep.
So theoretically,
You're a right-handed.
according to your logic,
You're a right-handed person that golfs lefty.
I shouldn't be a lefty.
Yeah. Did you play hockey lefty too?
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's take his logic. Oh, you're right-handed. Here's a right-handed stick. Nope. The way you find out which way you play hockey is when you are in mites. They give you a straight stick.
Yep.
It's straight. And they hand it to you. And you grab it. And then you play hockey.
Yep.
No questions as to, are you right-handed? Nope. Here's the stick. Go play.
Yeah.
And then it's like they're skating around, like, whacking pucks, whatever. You stop everyone and go, all right. Who's holding the stick like this? Moves everyone over because we're like 5 years old. All right, who's holding the stick like this? Move them over. You guys are left-handed. You guys are right-handed. Literally just, here's a straight stick.
Yeah,
We're
go
going to
play.
use this only this year. No curves.
Right.
Just a straight stick. Here you go. And then you go play. So, that debunks that.
Yeah.
Number one.
Yeah.
Never mind baseball.
Yep.
Baseball doesn't have a side. It's just one bat.
Yep.
Just one bat.
Some guys.
Do you
swing
remember?
both sides?
I don't remember specifically how I found out the way I was supposed to hit the ball. But I think there was a ball on a tee and they told me to hit it. If I was to guess.
Yep.
Now, baseball might fuck that up because I batted right-handed in baseball. And I don't think I was supposed to. I think I was supposed to be lefty swinging. Lefty swing looks good. Ken Griffey would be proud. Right-handed swing, dog shit.
Yep.
But it's the strong one, or it used to be the strong one. I haven't played baseball in fucking forever. I probably couldn't even hit a ball.
Yeah.
So I would just like to give credit to this asshole for just running his mouth for no fucking reason. Never mind. He looks at me and goes, oh, did you play hockey lefty? I go, yeah. Plus my grandfather was a lefty in golf, and that's who I learned from.
Yeah. That's probably more accurate as to how people become things.
There's no, and that's the thing. There's no, automatic,
Yeah.
there's no automatics. The general person is not smart enough to make these determinations.
Yeah.
Why is Phil a lefty golfer? Because he used to look straight on from his fucking father.
Yeah.
And he would just mirror. If his father went back, he went back. Backwards. Now, I assume his father wasn't hitting a ball. Or he hated his kid. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the likelihood that someone like that was going to learn is fucking very, very uncommon.
Yeah.
But I've even heard in hockey, it's there's a lot of lefties with right hand dominant because you have the right hand on the top of the stick, and that's the stick you kind of control. Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Wait, you played lacrosse, right?
Yep.
There's no different sticks.
Nope.
You just play, I assume, right?
Yep.
When you learned, you just took a stick, and they said, hey, there's a ball. You cradle like this.
Yep.
And you shoot like that. And I imagine you just started throwing it.
Yes.
regardless of what side you were on.
It didn't matter.
Nope, but according to this guy,
Yep.
in the morning of a tournament where I don't give a fuck about you. First of all, I don't give a fuck about this guy anyway. I don't know who the fuck he is.
Yeah.
Save your fucking history lesson. Don't fucking need it.
Yeah. Oh, do you know why you're a lefty? Let me tell you why you're a lefty.
I'm like, I don't know. Maybe because if I swung right-handed, I would not make fucking contact with a golf ball.
Yeah, let me tell
Start
you
there.
why you're a cocksucker. Like, because you're talking to me right now.
Because
like, go
you're-
fuck yourself.
Because you had the fucking balls to say that people learn the side, or I guess the hockey, because the hockey stick was his main example, and the hockey stick golf club are the only ones that are uniquely unilateral one way or the other.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're right-handed? Here's a right-handed stick. That is not how it fucking happens.
No.
Like, did you play hockey? Because
Yeah.
I imagine
That's not how it probably went.
curves on the stick are a newer thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I would gather that.
So
as
if in
well.
1993 I was given a straight stick to figure out which side I should play with and not have to worry about curve and playing the backhand with the stick that's curved away from it, and then having too much curve or not enough curve, I'm guessing, sir, who is 30 years older than me, that when you were a kid, it wasn't much fucking different.
Yeah.
Assholes everywhere. You just can't fucking, I just cannot avoid them.
People can't keep their fucking mouths shut is what it comes down to.
And the thing was, he was talking to someone else too. That's the best part.
Yeah.
And where do I just happen to be?
You happen to be right near
Right
that
right
fucking-
next to them.
Yep.
And
That's
then
what it is, like-
the other kid was, and that was the thing. The other kid was a lefty, and he was giving him he was really giving him the history lesson.
Yeah.
And then, of course, just trying to mind my own fucking business. I'm just trying to putt. All I'm trying to do is putt on the fucking putting green.
Yeah.
Hey, what the fuck?
Yeah. Leave me alone. Like, I try everything I can to make myself look as unapproachable as possible, but people still fucking feel the need to come talk to me. Like, even at work. Like, I'll just be like hammering away on my laptop doing work stuff, and people come over like, oh, hey, what's up? How's it going? Like, what's it? And they go, are we going to do this right now? Because, like, I really don't want to fucking talk, but, like, I guess I'll engage you because you're in front of me. Like, I just kind of want to, run my gambling numbers and see what I'm going to put money on tonight.
I'm off. I just can't be bothered right now.
Yeah, can't you see I'm on fangraphs.com? I'm trying to find an edge in these fucking baseball games. So if what you have to say isn't important, I don't know, leave me the fuck alone. And it's just in general. Like, random people, I don't know, come up to you in like a fucking grocery store, whatever it is, no matter where you are. People just want to fucking talk. And it's like, leave me the fuck alone. I don't want to talk to you. Get away from me.
Nope.
Like, I kind of want to start like wearing like ridiculous shirts like in public that say like fuck off or fuck you or like I don't know, just like outrageous shit. Like the Drinking Bros have one that says all politicians are cunts.
Yep.
It's like I just want to wear shit that like really makes people not want to come talk to me.
You know what though?
That's gonna make them come talk to you.
It's gonna make weirder people come talk to you.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, oh wow, that's an awesome shirt.
Dude, that's like such a cool shirt. Like where did you like get that?
Yeah, get fucked.
Oh, it's on a podcast. Like which one? I love podcasts.
I think they have a shirt that says get fucked because that's like Dan Holloway's like big thing. But that would be great because if someone was like, oh dude, I love your shirt, where'd you get it? I'd just look at them and be like, get fucked, and then walk away.
And like the person has to sit there and go, man, I did not see that coming, but I definitely should have.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to fucking talk to you. Just leave me alone. I don't know you. You're not my friend. Like, get the fuck away from me.
Not your guy, buddy.
Yeah, seriously.
Not your buddy friend.
Like, there's a higher chance that I hate you than I actually like you. I hate everybody. Just leave me alone. But we can't. We can't be left alone.
Nope.
Fucking, it's always the fucking weirdos too.
I would say in like the last golf tournament I played in, this guy was not memorable, but it was Yaroslav from fucking Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, another fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
Another fucking weirdo paired with me. Like, you gotta be shitting me.
Yeah. All right, I got a question for you because you're still in the fitness industry.
Ugh.
I've been seeing this a lot lately, and for anyone that is not really involved with fitness or like never has been or doesn't really know, the fitness industry is very I don't know the word besides stupid, like fad driven.
Yeah, it's always like flavor of the month.
Yeah, it is very flavor of the month, and it goes through cycles. It's
trends.
It's cyclical, one might say. I don't know how they make a profit, which Netflix still isn't making a profit.
If Netflix increases their expenses, but doesn't increase their user base.
So at this point, I am almost completely removed from the fitness industry. Like I was having a conversation with Bill the other day, and he asked me if I knew someone from something, and I was like, "Nah, man, I don't know who that is." Like I'm so far out of it at this point. Like I don't know names. You can't name drop around me anymore. Like I have no idea. And then another one of my buddies, who's up in New Hampshire, was like, "Oh, do you know this lifter?" And I go, "No,
oh
man,
my God.
I don't." Like, even when I was a weightlifter, I didn't know the lifters.
That's one that's like
I was the ultimate, like, this is just something I do. I'm not like a fan of the sport. And it used to drive everyone fucking crazy.
You're a weightlifting Bruce Koepka.
Yeah, seriously. Because everyone was like, "Oh, how do you not know this?" Like, I don't give a shit.
Brooksy.
It's just, I just do it because it's fun and I like it. Like, I don't like follow the sport. But so where does it go with that? Oh, fitness industry. So I've noticed, so I'm removed from the fitness industry, but as we had established in a previous episode, I am semi-retarded. So I am pretty good at pattern recognition. And I still kind of like, obviously I still have friends that are in the fitness industry. And I noticed things that over the last month, things have keep getting posted. And this one person in particular that I shall remain nameless, but he keeps posting about like, "Oh, what are you doing outside of the gym?" Like, "Oh, I used to just work out 1 hour a day and then would spend 23 hours sedentary, and like all this, I need to do this and I need to do that." And like, it's all about like being living an active lifestyle. And then this other kid that I used to work with started posting about like, "Oh yeah, like it's all about being active, like outside of the gym and all this stuff." And I go, "What the fuck is going on here?" And then in the conversation I had with Bill the other day, we were talking about trying to be less fat, which shout out to Bill. I think we're going to do our measurements tomorrow afternoon. I told him, and I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm really curious to see how this goes," because we're doing the in-body stuff and the 3D, all that shit. Because I was like, I'm going to be totally, like, completely straightforward. Like, I haven't touched a fucking weight in, like, 2 months. But I've been more active. Like, the entire month of May, 31 days in May, I had 21 days on my Whoop where my activity score was over 10. And I think I might have had somewhere between 8 and 10 of those days were over 15. So those of you that don't know, the Whoop score only goes up to 21, but they make it very clear that 21 is an impossible score. No one's ever gotten a 21.
Didn't Vinny get a 20?
Vinny's gotten,
because he never went to sleep.
Yeah, he got like a 20.2 because he stayed awake for like 48 hours while he was drinking. So the Whoop never registered that he slept. So it was like 40. It combined 48 hours as one day. And even that was only like a 20.2. So like a 21 is impossible score. Above a 10 is pretty active. Anything below a 10 is considered sedentary. But then anything above a 15 is very active. So the entire month of May, like I said, I was pretty active. But I didn't touch a weight. Like I wasn't lifting weights. I wasn't working out. And he had said, "Oh yeah, you're like," because I was like, "Oh, it's going to be a case study." And he said, "It's all about your non-exercise activity."
Oh, neat, dude.
Yes.
Neat.
So I Googled it.
Neat.
and it's neat.
Yeah.
It's non-exercise activity thermogenesis is what starts with NEAT. So that's a really long way, a roundabout way of my question to you is NEAT like the new thing in the fitness world? Because for the last month and a half, every connection that I still have to the fitness industry, I've heard someone talk about it. Is it like the new PRI? Or like the FMS of like 2015?
The thing the reason this is up now is because of the COVID lockdowns.
Yeah.
People got used to walking, going out, hiking, doing God knows what.
Yeah.
People got used to those things. Now they're kind of just like a part of everyone's life. And people have said like, oh my God, I'm so much more active. I feel so much better. And it's like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah, no fucking
like,
shit.
No
huh?
shit.
Yeah. Our bodies are built to be active.
And it's like, oh my God, this is what I need to do. And it's like, no shit.
Yeah.
So you'll see. I mean, people will be fucking promoting it. You know, everyone's trying to go virtual. Everyone's trying to go at home. Everyone's trying to do all this shit. And it's like, well, even if you can't really like work out, you can like be active.
Yeah.
And that's what it's really all about. And I mean, like, so that's the thing is, truthfully, yeah, your activity matters, but you should also probably try to strength train 2 or 3 times a week.
Right.
And, you know, if cardio aligns with what you want to do, then you should probably do that a couple times a week. Like, so maybe give everything 2 days.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Balance it out. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. So that's the thing though. But like when people, because I own a gym.
Right.
And some people will go, well, you're providing a result. Like, yeah. And that's that because people want to work out in a gym.
Right.
I used to think like, well, what's the bigger reason you're here? What? Well, because that's what they do. That's what they try to teach you in sales. And it's like,
yeah. What's your why?
You have to get to
that was a big thing like pre-COVID.
Yeah,
that was
because
like,
it was a book. Start with why.
Yeah,
and everyone read the book.
Right around 2019, the fitness world was "What's your why?"
Yeah.
2018,
Simon Sinek wrote the book. Start with why.
Yeah.
Everyone read the book. And they're like,
I forget what 2018. 2018 was bands, like band work, because that was when TB12 was big. Before that was the PRI.
I don't fucking know.
Before that was FMS. Like the fitness industry is just all fads. It's all fads.
The only thing with this one,
or then it was HIIT. Because it CrossFit, like CrossFit and the HIIT stuff, and it was like
I actually saw a post someone crushing CrossFit the other day, and I'm like, oh my God, we
people
still care
do that?
about that? Like, we still give a fuck?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was an annoying fucking 6 years, but if you just waited long enough, it was fine.
Yeah.
Whatever. But it's hard because it's like, well, people go to you for a certain reason. They don't go to you to tell them to be active.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah, off the cuff, they might ask, like, hey, do you have any ideas for something like to do to keep active a little bit? And it's like, yeah, do this.
Yeah.
No problem. Like, I have a guy, he's got, what does he have, a bike? A bike, a Versa Climber, and something else at his house? Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah. He goes, what, like... He goes, what should I do? I'm like, I don't know, man. Do like 2 hours a week. He goes, I don't care how you break it up.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, no problem. Like,
yeah.
That's all he's looking for.
Right.
Yeah, it's like...
Yeah, but nah, man, it's all about your non-exercise activity, thermogenesis.
Paul, I have to ask you, Paul. Why do you want to ride that bike?
Yeah. What's your why?
Why do you want to do that?
Are you aware of NEAT?
What will it mean?
What are you breathing like when you do that? What's your posture like?
What will riding the bike do for you? Now, what will not riding the bike do for you?
Can you take a reverse lunge and twist? This is how you incorporate every single fad. You incorporate the FMS, the PRI, and all that bullshit.
I don't know, man. I think so this is where like some of like this lifestyle bullshit starts to come into play. And there's nothing wrong with it. But like some people try to like almost brand themselves like, hey, I train people, whatever. But then you try to be like a lifestyle person.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, you couldn't train this week? That's okay.
So there's certain people that I've noticed in the fitness world that are very trendy. That's the word, trendy. The fitness industry is very trendy and fad driven. And if you follow people long enough, you realize who's full of shit and who's not. Because the people that are more often than not full of shit are the people that follow the trends. They're the people that if you go through their Instagrams or whatever,
you see the timeline.
All of 2020, it's about non-exercise. It's about NEAT.
It's all at-home workouts.
Yeah, I'm sorry. All of 2021 is about NEAT. All of 2020 is at-home workouts. All of 2019 is fucking whatever that was. All of 2018 was about postural stuff. And then if they have been around since 2015, that's your FMS. You know, the bands, all that bullshit. You can see that. But if you look at someone like a Pat Davidson, who is very intelligent, and if you don't know him, whatever, you're probably not in the fitness world. But his posts are pretty much the same. They're consistent. They're like, I'm a fucking meat stick. I like to lift heavy weights, and like this is how you do it to get big, and this is how you do it to stay safe. And like, you want to throw bands at me? Cool, I'll use bands while I'm lifting heavy weight. Like, you know what? Like, he's consistent where like, and he's also a no bullshit type of person. And his message doesn't change. Like, you could go back to Pat Davidson in 2015 and find an Instagram post that says something almost identical to what he says in 2021. And like, those people are like legit. And you guys do that. I know you run the Instagram page.
I haven't used our Instagram.
But you guys do that. Like, you're like you weren't like, oh, well, everyone's doing bands, so now we're just going to have, band class. You know what I mean? Like this. No. That's not how this works.
The only things that we change, and actually, I'll tell you this. So we'll go through this, and it's because whoever listens probably lifts,
and it's because you have a core. We have
a program. Like it's our. We call it our program.
You
it's
have
like
very solid core values, and I think that's what it comes down to. People that have very solid core values will look at what's currently trending in there. And this could go this is cross industry. People that have very solid core values can look at whatever's trending in their industry and find a way to incorporate that trend, if it's worthy, into their core values. And the people that don't have solidified core values live off of the trends, where 1 minute they're TB12 certified, and then 1 minute they're HIT certified, and then 1 minute they're, I'm a PRI specialist. You know what I mean? Like, anyone that has like 15 fucking combinations of letters after their names, I look at that like, all right, well, what do you actually do?
Nothing.
Like, what do you actually stand for?
And that's like, so, because when I do our program, so our speed and agility principles have not changed. Mm-hmm. Our weight card principles have not changed. Yeah, do we learn and add things, and some things like, start to make sense, and things are a little bit different. Like Cal Dietz came out with, so do you know Cal Dietz, the triphasic guy?
Yeah. I get the triphasic book right in there.
Yeah. So he was doing an NSCA talk, and they make you do conflict of interest at the very beginning. He goes, conflict of interest. He goes, I wrote triphasic training. He goes, that's a book.
Yeah.
He goes, I make money off that. He goes, you don't have to buy it. He goes, if you don't want to buy it, do 2 weeks of eccentrics, do 2 weeks of isometrics, and then lift from there. Good. You don't have to read the book.
Yeah.
Because he wrote the book almost like 9 years ago.
Right.
So now he's just fucking over it.
Yeah.
And for a while, though, triphasic was like a big deal.
It was.
Like, everyone's like, oh, I got to do triphasic.
That was another one. That's actually true. And then you go further back, 2013, I think, was West Side Barbell was blowing up.
Yeah.
So everyone wanted to do chains.
Yep. But like
chains and bands.
The guy who wrote triphasic has borderline dismissed triphasic.
Yeah.
No, without, like, he still does it.
Right.
But it's an entire book.
Right.
He just summarized the protocol for you.
Right. He has core principles that he uses to train, and triphasic is just a methodology to train.
And like, one thing that he's doing, and because I watched his talk on it, so he's doing split squats with the front heel elevated. Mm-hmm. And what he's seeing is
Those are miserable, by the way. I've done those.
he's seeing like better foot stability, better front leg mechanics. People can get just as strong, if not stronger,
Right.
because you have a stable foot right there.
Right.
And like that's something he's doing. I'm like, all right. So what I incorporated was a couple like calf raises from a bent knee position because I'm not changing our entire program.
Right.
Because I watched one video where a guy lifts his heel for split squats, and there are either strength and conditioning programs or facilities that don't keep that front heel down at all anymore.
Right.
And on the other hand, there are some people who dismiss it completely. Now it's like, listen, I'm sure they're good sometimes, and I'm sure in other situations they're bad. We don't need to do this.
Right.
But we're going to, obviously.
Yeah.
But like that's the thing is like I put it into like a calf raise, and not even all of my athletes do calf raises. I usually only use it for my younger kids or ankle rehab people.
Yeah.
Younger kids because I need an extra exercise in there, but it can't be too taxing. And my ankle rehab people because it makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Some people don't even do it. Like
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, like my most common membership is a 2-time-a-week membership. The first day, 2 core exercises, then it goes kettlebell swing, some kind of prehab thing, usually a breakaway, but that could be something to interpret or incorporate like kind of something new or something different or a little bit of experimentation, whatever.
Yeah.
Then it goes squat, row, hamstrings, some kind of press.
Yeah.
Now, what I choose based on age and assessment and all that crap.
Right.
Day 2, core, some kind of upper body power something, usually a med ball slam, sometimes a high pull, whatever. Another opportunity for some kind of interpretation. Deadlift, push up, single leg, quad dominant with a pull.
Yep.
Hasn't changed.
Yeah.
What goes into each box may change.
Right.
But like, this has worked forever. People have squatted and gotten strong forever.
Yes.
Not just the fucking 4 years where PRI was huge and no one did anything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all about your posture and how you breathe. Are you using your diaphragm when you breathe? No, I don't actually. I don't. I did for a little while when I followed it, and then I didn't again.
I don't know. So what it seems like right now is some of that, but I also people hate foam rollers now.
Yeah,
That's a big one.
I've seen a couple posts of that too.
Swart posted
That's
one.
yeah, that's exactly who I saw posted.
Yeah, so foam rollers are currently getting crushed. Since I spend a lot of time in the golf realm, speed training is the big thing right now.
Yeah. It is science, but so the fitness world is weird because it is science. So you have people that are legit like exercise science people that are intelligent.
They're the fucking worst.
But then you also have fucking meat sticks. So that combination of people makes for like an infuriating fucking group if you get them together.
That's why like
Because
to toot my own horn, this is why the performance coaches are really where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Because collegiate strength conditioning is a completely different beast.
Right. So like
They're
what I was
training
gonna get into like the foam roller piece, because if you ask an exercise scientist or exercise physiologist,
It's really anyone who reads research. Anyway.
they're gonna be like, no, foam rollers are bullshit. They don't do anything. They're statistically insignificant to show anything.
There's no mechanism shown
right.
that it does anything.
Right. But you put someone on a foam roller and then have them go do something, and all of a sudden they feel better. So, yeah, your science might say it doesn't work, but your practical application, placebo effect or not, does something. So don't come at me and say that it's worthless.
So there's a thread that I'm always going to remember. And Mike Boyle, crotchety old fuck, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. A lot of people don't like Mike Boyle.
A lot of people don't, yeah.
Rubs a lot of people the wrong way.
Phenomenal marketer.
Someone did tell me at one point, they go, I can see that you're from the North Shore. You remind me of Boyle. And I think it's just because he's a prick.
Yeah.
But whatever. Someone was bashing foam rolling. And Boyle jumps underneath and goes, so you're going to tell me that if someone foam rolls for 3 to 5 minutes and gets up and reports feeling better, that is insignificant.
Right.
And someone goes, yes, we have no known mechanism of what foam rolling does. That time would be better used to develop speed, power, blah, 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 other things that we know works. He goes, what are you going to do next? Tell me that massage is useless?
Yeah.
Person jumps back and goes, that's another one that we don't actually know what it does.
Yeah, it's like, well, just because we don't know what it does doesn't mean that it doesn't do anything.
Boyle's response, I love you sports science people. You guys are so smart.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll always remember that thread because as much of a fucking dickhead as he can be, he actually gets it.
Yes.
He really does.
Yeah.
His presentation is a little rough.
Yeah.
And don't buy his shit because he...
No.
No, it's not worth buying his shit.
No.
The certified functional strength coach is a great cert.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't actually do that.
Right.
There's other people doing that. But don't buy his shit because it's a little like... Or actually, I bet you his old shit's probably pretty good.
Yeah.
His new shit's probably not very good.
Yeah, because I don't know how involved.
I heard
he
him
is
talk in
anymore.
2015. He was just up there fucking being a dick. That's all he was doing.
Yeah, same. I was at the conference, whatever.
Or no, so I saw this at the Reggie Lewis Center.
Oh, okay.
It was 4 guys presenting, and Boyle just got up there and was basically just an asshole to the other guys, and then sat there and talked about the flow of the gym, how the gym should flow in a way that makes sense.
Yeah.
You're gonna tell me that you've owned the business for this fucking long, and you're gonna tell me that you should warm up in one area, do speed in another area, then that leads to your weight room, and then that leads to the exit. Like that fucking matters.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah. What is this, curves?
He's like, oh, the flow of the weight room. Flow.
Yeah.
You worked with fucking professionals in NCAA Division I hockey champs, and you're gonna talk to me about flow of a weight room?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah. Well, that's our Sarcasm Speaks Does Fitness.
That's how it always ends up.
Yeah.
It's always me swearing and fucking shit because everyone wants to make it so fucking hard.
It's really not. It doesn't have to be.
It could be so fucking easy.
It doesn't have to be that hard. People are fucking morons. But anyway, and that answers my question too. That NEAT is the new thing.
Yeah, I mean, again, people are gonna peddle that because they're not working.
Yeah, yeah. All right, folks. Well, that is going to do it for us. Thank you for watching. If you're on YouTube, make sure you click the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up right over there. And leave a comment, too. Subscribe wherever you're listening. If you're on Apple, go to the iTunes store. Leave us 5 stars. Write a review. It doesn't matter what you say. Just leave a review. It's all about the engagement these days. You can find us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. Yeah, we gotta. Is that live? Is that live on Instagram?
Yep.
You can write in.
Well, you can't do it because this is going to expire.
Oh yeah. Maybe we'll run another one.
Why not?
Yeah, sure. We'll run it for a couple days and we'll keep track of the voting, the tally, and see who you guys want as the fan write in for the Sarcasm Speaks Hall of Fame. So that's there at Sarcasm Speaks Pod on Instagram. We're on Twitter at Sarcasm_Speaks. And the Facebook page is Sarcasm Speaks. So until next time, good night, everyone.